So, anyway, let's get to it. So, previously, formic acid to latex slabs was 400 units. Well, then, I was not expecting that. Probably because they just changed the name of the processor. I don't know. The neuromorphic chip. Wait a minute. That was the circuit 3. Um, it's processing unit because it's replacing the vanilla uh, blue boards. It changed the name. That yeah, okay. So this was updated now. You now make an empty chip and then you fill the chip in a data array, and then that chip gets used in stuff now. So that just changed. It needs an operating system, yeah. So that's why there was migrated content there. You want to see caravans? Well, caravans require green science, and that's coming. That is coming. Yes, circuit ones are automated. Circuit ones are now fully automated. They are moving. That is what happened. They are automated at this point, without Kicalk. That's the other thing. So, latex. 100 formic acid. So it went from 400 to 100, which means instead of being... Alright, so latex was a 1-to-1 going into rubber. For reference, going into actual rubber. Yay! Yay! So latex was 1-to-1 going into rubber, which means that... And it's 1-to-1 latex slab, which means it was 400 formic acid into 1 rubber. And 400 formic acid was 8 per second of iron and copper plates. Each one, 8 per second. So I think you can, understand where I'm coming from on this. It was 8 per second. Now it's 2. So, big change. 2 per second each on iron and copper plates to feed 1 rubber in the end. Did the glassware recipe change yet? We shall see. Don't trust my glassware. Don't touch the glassware. Fine. Yeah, it's still 2 stoppers 10 to 1. It's still 2 stoppers and 10 to 1. 1 stopper per glass. Oh hey, I got a green science tech. I got tech. Tech has happened. Alright, and then the other changes I've suggested was to Vrauk food. That's changed. So Vrauk food used to take fish oil. It no longer requires fish oil, which means that I can make this right now. Right now. Yes, that was fast. Ish. It's moving. It's moving. So this was the other suggested change that I made with Vrauk, because Vrauk also offer a route into formic acid. The biotic method of getting formic acid. Through caged Vrauk, you can extract formic acid from them. The issue with the formic acid from Vrauk was that basically you wouldn't be able to actually make the food. You just wouldn't be able to make the food for a really long time, even though you have access to it. It's like by the time you get the ability to make the basic food, you're pretty much already going to be able to make the advanced. And yes, it's fiberboard for the basic food, which, yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. So, suffice to say, with that change, I now have significantly more destructive distillation columns than I need to feed this. I now have significantly more DDCs than I need to feed this. Does fish require fish? Yes. Unless that's changed, fish required fish. That's raw fish. That's not fish. Fish! Where are my fish? Fish require fish eggs. And fish eggs require fish food, which require fish. Which require fish for fish food. This is another thing that I talked a bit about with Pydew. So fish are supposed to be apparently a little bit different. The issue that I have is that this is expensive. Like this is expensive. You need fetal serum to get yourself fish, to get yourself more fish oil. Oh, there's a tech. Basic electronics time. Now, fish, I will note. Fish, you can just get fish, right? So fish you can just get. Hello, Abe. Welcome to the stream. We've got green science moving, and I'm just slowly making my way out here. There are no other recipes, Immortal Sniper. That's my point. That's my point with fish, is that your only option to make fish is filtration media, fish eggs, moss gen samples, resveratrol, and fetal serum. That's it. That's all. That's all there is right now on fish, and it requires assisted embryology. So why we even get access to the fish farms on its own little tech is like beyond me right now, beyond my comprehension. Why do we get access to a tech that gives us fish when we have to wait for assisted embryology to even make the fish to begin with? Hey. And then there's two ways of getting fish eggs. One is from basic fish food, which again requires fish, and this is reasonable. I mean, this recipe on the basic fish food, that's fine. I am okay with that existing. And it's wrapped up in a plastic tin. That's perfectly fine. And then you have a deluxe fish food, which is, alright, Yotoi, aloe, but sure. I mean, that's, again, that's like par for the course stuff. Blood meal, and it's advanced food. I mean, this part here on the fish eggs, that's not the problem. The problem is actually making fish out of the fish eggs. Or making blah blah blah. This, yes, making the fish out of the eggs. That's where the issue is. There needs to be more methods of getting fish out of the eggs. Some that are cheaper than this. Have like an option that gives just like, well, this is 5 eggs into 5 fish. Like, okay, well, how many eggs do you get out of this recipe? 10 per craft. So that does give you a lot, but like have recipes that give less than 5 fish. Like have recipes that give like 1 fish or stuff like that. Oh, it's very much a positive loop. That's the whole point. Is that it's a positive loop. And you'll end up with more fish than what you consume to make it. And the fish, of course, are modules. they behave as modules, and you need the fish to as modules to make more fish. So here comes Zinc, by the way. Why do you not have the hot air? Hold up. Hot air? Oh, hello, tech. Um... what do I take now? That's a good question. Botany 2. Because I like the improved recipes. Go for the caravans. Maybe. Why are you not moving? Because I didn't put any of the thingies in there. Have those. Yes, energy distribution will be required for the medium power poles. I can make medium power poles. That's an even better reason. Soon I will be able to make something else that's glorious. Soon I will be able to make the atomizer. This thing. Yeah, I'm fine with that many, especially with zinc that only is using, 20 units per second of hot air. By comparison, this uses 150. So for the better processing, for the most part, it's most valuable to upgrade at the green science level. So things like copper, wait on copper until you get the green science level grade 4 molten recipe. Go all the way to grade 4 from hot air on copper because the previous one, the grade 2 processing, isn't a sufficient enough bonus. Doing casting of grade 2 to make it worthwhile over the hot air. So go straight up to the grade 4 molten along with processing the byproduct rejects into plates through hot air. That'll be a big copper bonus. Iron, do processed iron through hot air, and then once you get niobium, go to unslimed iron. So unslimed iron is sort of blocked by having access to niobium because you need the hydrocyclone building, which requires niobium pipe. So once you get niobium, which will require refined syngas to mine, that's when you go into unslimed iron, and that is one of the most important upgrades that you can possibly do is the unslimed iron processing. As for the other stuff, well, there's lots of controversy on getting lead upgraded. You need silver, so you need to at least do some lead dust. And since you need silver, I just go straight into lead dust processing. I don't really care about which is more efficient, just staying at hot air versus going up to the dust. But yeah, I would just go to dust once you need silver, which is green science going into circuit 2s. The tin, I actually have to look up the tin. Tin, I think, is better with the hot air G4 rather than going into the molten based off of G4, if I'm remembering correctly. I think they are identical output and the molten costs more. Oh, it's tin dust, but tin dust is made out of G4. If I had done the math correctly a bit ago, doing the G4 into dust into molten results in the same amount of plates as just doing hot air G4. So do G4, uh, basically just do G4 for tin. Yeah, there was a complaint I saw that about the reduced Nexalit, about it being 6 high grade into 1 reduced, and that it's better to just do centered from the high grade. Yeah, it's better to do the 1 high grade into 1 centered than to do 6 high grade into 1 reduced into 2 centered. That's the issue with Nexalit, because literally every other chain going from high grade to reduced is 1-to-1. Everything else is 1-to-1, yet for some reason Nexalit is 6-to-1 going into reduced. And just across the board, everything else is 1 high grade to 1 reduced to 2 centered. This one is 6 high grade to 1 reduced to 2 centered. And since you can do high grade to centered directly, it's better to do high grade to centered than to do high grade reduced centered. So yeah, probably a typo, as Panda just said. Probably just a typo. It should be 1, not 6. So let's see. What do I need to do now? That's a really good question. So I've got zinc and nickel. Oh, and as for the timing on upgrading zinc, this is the first time I have ever done direct ore to zinc plates. If you do the first processing step of zinc, it requires iron rods. It requires the iron rods. Sticks. Beautiful iron sticks. So you need to throw iron at zinc to process it further, and a lot of people are very much opposed to spending iron to process zinc, even though zinc is going to be one of those metals that you need a lot of going forward. So yeah, that's a thing. Also, there was a post I saw by you, Immortal Sniper, about the filtration media. There's never been a time where filtration media has not had activated carbon. Like, you made a post that sort of implied that there was a recipe for filtration media that didn't have activated carbon. There has never been a recipe for filtration media without activated carbon. So, I don't know what point you were trying to make about that, but filtration media has always had activated carbon. As, before alien life, it has activated carbon in the most recent versions. And I think it was you about what post? You said something about filtration media, about how it would be so expensive and a use of zinc. How it's such a how it's a use of zinc, and that it wasn't a use of zinc before. It's like, yeah, that you can't make them on site. It's always needed activated carbon. Yeah, it's needed activated carbon. So I don't know how you were making your filtration media on site without a source of activated carbon. These are made with activated carbon. They've been made with activated carbon. If you haven't needed activated carbon, then you're really outdated. Like, really outdated. Yeah, it was magic. Yes, magic. I'll need some of these at some point. That's a thing. Okay. I need Kicalk. I need chem plants. I need steam crackers. I need. Oh boy. Okay, so I've done that. I've done the green science. I've hooked up the nickel. I've hooked up the zinc. We'll hold off on the sand castings. We'll do Kicalk next. I made a list, by the way. I made a list of things that need to get done now. It's a rather short list of things that I need to do now that I have green science. Just little short. Some of these things will take a really long time to do. Just it's fine. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. But yeah, first Kicalk. How many crafts do I need to do of this stupid thing again? And what building was that in again? Somewhere. Oh, and I'm totally ready for Ulrich, by the way. I'm totally ready for Ulrich, and better bone meal through Ulrich. Just totally setting things up, preparing for the future. Ahem. Totally setting up for the future. Ahem. Also, I did notice off screen. Zogna did change. It is now petri dishes and lamps. Thank you so much for adding lamps to this recipe. So this used to be empty petri dishes and agar. Now it's petri dishes and lamps. Okay, sure. This is fine. This is fine. This works. This works wonderfully. Oh, hello. Ooh, Tufra. We could get potatoes. We could get Orem for some weird reason that. Why would I need? Oh, hello. Oh. Ding. So, we now have a biotic source of acid gas, and this basically converts coal gas to acid gas. And guess what? You can get coal gas biotically as well. So, ahem. Hey, it's a conversion of coal gas into acid gas. It is a conversion of coal gas into acid gas now, and that is very much appreciated. We have more use for Orem outside of just getting DMS, because we could use this excess acid gas to get sulfuric acid. That's appreciated. Granted, there's also xenoblood, which is sulfuric acid, as on top of that. So, in this case, the intention would be that you convert some Orem into acid gas and use other Orem with that acid gas to make DMS. In the just as an option, here, Orem plus acid gas into 50 DMS. Yes, ding ding ding. So you spend Orem for acid gas and use that acid gas for more DMS. In the alternative, just a whole bunch of acid gas to make sulfuric acid if you so desire. I didn't even pick a tech. Yeah, I'm just. Oh, look at all these things. I didn't even pick a tech. So, folks wanted caravans. That was domestication 1. So, unfortunately, for everyone, we will not be able to get caravans today. Do you see why I cannot get caravans today? Domestication 1 requires land animals 2, which is pie science, which is basically blue science. So that will take a while to do, to actually get access to the caravans. That will take some time. Because once you have... I've got another 2 hours, sure. So says King Arthur. No, that's not going to happen. I don't even think I have the recipe for the pie science yet. Oh yeah, here's the joke. Here's the joke tech. Water Animals Mark 1 gives you fish farms and fish oil and urea from wastewater. No method of making fish in the fish farm. It's just here, have the fish farm and have the ability to make fish oil out of fish that you pick up out of water. Just no recipes, no recipes to make fish at all here. It's all behind assisted embryology. It's all behind assisted embryology. So, yeah. You can't do anything with any of this stuff at this tech. So this is just a gateway tech leading into Biotech 2 and all these other things and Zapier. By the way, could I even do Zapier? No. I can't even do Zapier. Like, I can unlock Zapier, but I can't do Zapier because I can't grow fish. I can't automate fish. So, yeah, that's great. Because I can't automate fish. The other thing, King Arthur, this is part of my broader... This is part of the broader issue with fish. Is like, there are no basic fish recipes. There are no basic fish recipes. The recipe that you get, you can't do yet. Even if I get access to what I could do to get fish right now, I wouldn't be able to do it yet anyway. Because that's something Pydew needs to do. He needs to come up with new recipes for fish, add additional recipes for fish, and that's part of the agenda. That's my point, King Arthur. I'm just raking him over the coals for this. That there needs to be more methods for fish. Anyway, after all that beautiful stuff, what am I doing now? I still need to pick a tech. That's what I need to do now. I still need to pick a tech. So Arendelle added a new nanobot tech. By the way, nanobots can destroy cliffs now with a green science tech. Just for reference. Landfill would be nice. Excavation. Oh, I don't know. What am I doing? I'm doing. I got basic electronics, right? So railroads. Where the hell's my railroads? Railroads after logistics 2. So I guess we're getting logistics 2. We need railroads. We need bots. We need everything else. We need lubricant. Gosh, I need advanced processing too. Frig, all these things, beautiful things. Nexla, right? Nexla, not Arendelle on nanobots. Nexla's nanobots. That is true. I get people confused sometimes. In more ways than one. These things, right? I guess I can do that while I'm waiting on techs. I'm going to need to expand the bus. Yes, Arendelle's alien biomes and space exploration and a whole bunch of other stuff. How's this doing? Moving. Let's get rid of that output priority now that I have this moving. In the alternative... Excuse me? More things. Give me more. I don't know if I have the ability to use more. Oh, and AAI, yeah, that's the other thing. AAI, space exploration, alien biomes. Arendelle even has a mod that lets you, like, refresh the whole map. Just a button. It makes a button that you can push to form the whole map. Just refresh the whole map. By the way, King Arthur, you're the one who made that script, right, for RSO to add the biosamples. It be broken on my map. I am sad to report, but my map is no longer able to spawn biosamples even with the script added to the configuration file in the most recent RSO. For some reason, it gives me a little pop-up on occasion every time it tries to spawn one in on the new chunks that spawn in. It gives me a little message saying that it can't access bioreserves for some reason. Something access bioreserves, can't do it, won't do it, refuses to do it, even though it tries to do it. So yeah, that's a thing happening. Yeah, at least you don't need that many currently. So I've got this 1.5, this 1.6, this 1, and this 105, and this 1.3. That'll have to do me for the entirety of my base, basically. An exact error message helps dramatically. So I've cleared my log. I'll have to, like, just run out. It's like, do you want to see me run for 5 minutes? To try to get that pop-up message to happen? Because I'll totally do it. I'll, like, run out in the middle of nowhere until that message pops up. If it pops up again. That's just something that I had noticed was happening. You know what? Plans. Plans are awesome. Oh, so Pyadon has now updated the thing so I could get caravans now. Alright. Yes, there is a late game way to get bioreserves. That's the other thing. To make very clear, Immortal Sniper, there is a way of getting bioreserves. You can grow your own. So that's why I'm not too miffed about it at all. Is you can totally grow your own bioreserves at utility science through smart farms. Which I'm guessing is one of those things that King Arthur is still working on that's holding up the release of PyAlien Life. Cough, cough. Wink, wink. Smart farms. You will get the ability to actually grow on the map flowers, as in the Relesia, the Kicalk, the Renea, that get added. All of the flowers you'll be able to grow on the map, including the bioreserve. And yes, it is the hidden rocket thing. It is that thing, and that is what King Arthur is definitely working on top of the caravans. Like, the two big things that King Arthur did was the caravans and this biofarm as, like, the major new mechanic things. Anyway, why am I going all the way over here? I've already completely forgotten what I'm doing. I was going to grab alien sample 1s to get alien sample 1s to get the first Kicalk moving, and then I would go out and explore and get that error message if I could to show up. And there's a third one you weren't supposed to see yet. Alright, sure. Sure. Does it have to do with a certain biter? I would imagine. Let's see. So alien sample 1, they're going to slowly flow through into here and start automating this anyway. So, eh. I set it up. It'll move eventually. Anyway, let's hunt. That's going to move. I'm just being dumb. My plan was I'll just grab a few alien sample 1s, throw them into the thing making the Kicalk, and just go. But they're going to happen anyway because I have it actually belted up. I actually have it belted up. I thought ahead on this. I thought a little bit ahead on this, and it's actually moving already. So let's go and, explore and see what happens if if I can get that message to pop up, something about not being able to access. And it's a chat message too, so it's not like an error thing, crash the game. It's just like, hey, I can't access this bioreserve thingy for some reason. So let's see. How far do I have to go for this? Also, I am very much waiting on Ore Eraser to update to V18. That would be great if I had the ability to remove some ores. There will be further changes, Immortal, by the way, to bioreserves coming. The changes are going to slow down collectors a bit, so it'd be a little bit difficult to make it just one patch. It was slowed already. What is it now? Mining speed 0.3. Cool. It functions. Good. So that means you'll need more for the same output of the collectors. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. It needed that, by the way. Just being able to supply an early game base with just one collector was a bit much.